Hi, hello. Welcome back to Dee's Divinity, Dee's Divine Tarot. Thank you for joining in with me today. Welcome back to all the former subscribers and welcome to all the new subscribers. Once again, thank you all for joining in with me today. As you see from the title of the video, we're going to go ahead and dive into this beautiful Moonology series. Check the title for the episode because I do not know, y'all. Before we get into this, it should go without saying, please do check the description box for any information that you may want or need to know. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let me know. As it states in the description box, these readings are intended to be timeless. Time and energy are fluid, meaning you could have already gone through this, you may currently be going through this, and or this may be a prophetic message if you decide to embrace and embody the energy or advice that Spirit has for you within the reading or readings. Now, I know I just said all that about time and energy being fluid, which it is, but you should already know that it truly is irrelevant. However, when I do call out date, signs, and times, I am utilizing Eastern Standard Time and military time. If you want to see how it will more directly affect you, you can do your due diligence and look that up for yourself, okay? But I just want you to be aware that I am using Eastern Standard Time as well as military time, and of course I'll break it down to you in whatever time, regular time, whatever it is called, 1, 2, 3 on the timer, as I said that. Anyhow, please keep in mind that they are general. Not all may apply to you, and that's perfectly okay. Take what does and let the rest fly. It may be a message for someone else. I may not even be talking to you nor about you. I may be talking to or about someone to whom you're closely connected, friend, family, or foe. I do not know. Only you know your life, so you are responsible. Be self-aware and self-accountable, and you will never be led astray. I promise you. We also don't subscribe to gender roles over here. However, you may hear me say he and or she in reference to masculine and or feminine energy. Flip-flop yourself as you need to. Roles may be reversed. Do not force that shoe to fit if it doesn't. I am not responsible for your feet or toes, nor them currents hurting because you forcing something that ain't for you. Alright? Finally, I am big on numerology. Whether or not I call it out, but if and when I do, I intend for it to resonate with your life path number, maybe the day or month that you are born. Could potentially be talking about the house in your natal chart that you want to pay particular attention to, as well as talking about the energies that may be flowing through that particular house. I don't know. It could just be confirmation that you need to pay attention at that particular time, and that message may be for you at that particular time. Whatever. Take it how you will and how it resonates. I'm seeing 1717. I was getting ready to say 717. Either way, it's a whole lot of ones and sevens. But I'm seeing 1717. Maybe confirmation or a message right there for someone. So at this point, you will likely see the primary decks that we utilize throughout the series, which are the header and the finisher. Now, the header serves as overall message or advice or the general energy in which the reading pertains to. The finisher will leave you with messages of advice, words of wisdom to go on, to grow with, to take with you, maybe even something that you need to pay particular attention to in releasing whatever you're working through, okay? I don't know. Everybody's different. In saying that, the finisher will also leave you with certain crystals or gemstones that you may want to work with through the healing process if you so choose. We'll get into that a little deeper further in the crystal energy healing portion of the reading, and everything is timestamped below so you can follow if you so choose, okay? And speaking of that crystal energy healing portion, I utilize this combo deck if I'm even able to find said crystal or crystals, to just further dive into that energy of the healing benefits of said crystals, and even provide you master mystic saints or even guardians, part of your spirit squad that you may want to call upon, or who may be helping you through this at this time. However, whatever, all right? Same applies with this crystal mandala deck here. If I'm even able to find said crystal, I'm not always able to find them. So if we're able to, we'll dive a little bit deeper into the benefits of the crystal and the master, mystic, saint, guardian, whoever may be helping you, ascended master, however, okay? And then this text is also a great reference for the same crystal energy healing benefits and I do apologize. That's a message confirmation for somebody. But anyway, it provides the crystal further energy modalities, healing modalities of the crystals, or benefits of said crystal. Okay, all right. This deck, as it says, is to dive further into the manifestation that you may be consciously or subconsciously working towards. Your higher self may just want to get your attention to focus deeply into this. Okay, we'll see what we have when we get there. And then the variable for the series is the tarot, and here we are utilizing the fairy tarot, and we'll continue this theme maybe for the next couple of readings. I don't know. I just, when I feel called to switch it up, I switch it up. But anyway, that's what we're using, and it's intended to confirm, clarify, dive a little bit deeper into what the overall or general message or advice or energy may have to deal with. Okay. And then finally, I have added yet another deck. I know they're long enough, y'all, but trust me, it's well worth it. I promise you. I love this deck, and I'm trying to get more acquainted with it. And so we will utilize it to dive even deeper into the astrology, or of course, whatever energy or advice that Spirit has for us in getting through this. Okay, and y'all gotta excuse me, 'tis the season, thank God. Fall is approaching, y'all, but during this transitionary period, I generally get all this gunk and drainage and all this stuff going on with my sinuses, and so I may sound nasally, I may be sneezing and hacking and all that in between. I do apologize if it triggers you, or if you don't like that. Look, it is what it is. Anyway, let's get a quick word of prayer before we just go any further and dive into this. Okay. To the Most High, heavenly and divine, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, I come to you saying thank you. Thank you so very much for this day, for this opportunity, for the gift of healing, for the gift of knowledge, awareness, wisdom, clarity, stability, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the protection. I've come to you asking you to allow the message to uplift, enlighten, heal. Just protect us. Give the viewer whatever they may need, the nourishment, the nurturing, the healing especially. I pray as always that the message uplifts and will come through for the highest good, as I know you will see fit for any and all involved. I thank you for using me as a clear and open channel to bring forth the messages to the collective straight and clear, no chaser. Thank you for the gift of the tongue, of the voice. Thank you for the insight and the awareness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All these blessings I come, ask, and give thanks yet again. Please allow the whole truth and nothing but to help us all. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. Alright, y'all, it was 7:57 when I finished that. Let's get into it, alright? Alright, y'all, before we get into the reading or any of the cards, I'd like to start off with a little bit of background information and recapping, okay? The purpose of this video is to obviously dive into this beautiful last quarter moon energy, which will be in the sign of Gemini. Oh, that's why I was saying 17, y'all, because it's going to be on the 17th. It's the high vibe time, which really, this is where I was a little bit confused, because I use, and no sponsorship here, but I use Astro Seek, and I think it's astro-seek.com. Either way, anyway, what I'm saying is they have on the 17th as well as the 18th, they have the last quarter moon listed, right? Well, I starred the 17th. Speaking of star, that is the star energy and Aquarian energy, so y'all may be even dealing with an Aquarius, but whatever. What I'm getting to is that on the 17th and the 18th, they have it listed as the last quarter moon. And the moon will actually be transiting on the 18th from Gemini into the sign of Cancer, which we'll get into in just a little bit, at 4 a.m. So I feel like so much stability is coming through here, especially mentally, for me to get that 1717 Aquarian energy, which is a fellow air sign, sister, brother air sign of Gemini, right? And then the fact that it's transitioning from Gemini into Cancer on the 18th. I mean, Cancer is moon sign, which is 18, right? As well as fourth house energy, and it's occurring at 4 a.m. There's a lot going on here, y'all. But let me recap really quickly before we get into the channel messages and everything therein. So in order to get to this last quarter moon from last week's episode, where we're coming off of the full moon in Pisces on the 10th, the moon has to transit from Pisces into Aries on the 11th. Okay, high vibe time at 2:47 a.m. And by the way, Pisces affects the feet, toes, and pineal, and then Aries affects the head, teeth, tongue, and arteries. Okay, so then the moon will transit on the 13th from Aries into the sign of Taurus at 7:40 a.m. And Taurus affects the neck, vocal cords, throat, and thyroid. All right. And then the moon will transit on the 15th from Taurus into the sign of Gemini. Look at this, at 16:16. And I told y'all last episode that, and they kind of want me to go a little bit into a brief synopsis of what occurred last episode. I highly recommend you go check it out if you haven't already. But there is this energy of so much scorpionic energy was coming through as far as change, transformation, tower energy, something crumbling. I did get a vibe and a sense of reconciliation or mending or healing of a potential relationship, platonic or otherwise, y'all. I was feeling strong romantic one, but some family stuff and all that kept coming through as well. So it could be somebody you work with. That's why I said platonic or otherwise. You take it as you will in your life. Everybody's different. It could be a multiple of relationships, okay, including both platonic and romantic. All right, whatever. And then, because there is this energy, speaking of that Pisces, there is this energy I was getting with a reconciliation, potentially somebody wanting to, whether it's you or the other person or the party involved or parties involved. But I wasn't feeling that. I don't know. Y'all just got to be careful, because somebody, whoever this is, if it resonates with you, somebody faking the funk and not really who they say they are or doing as they say they are. Okay? All right. Anyway, so something got to give, especially on this day, and it's a whole lot of 5 energy, just the with the 5 and the 15, and it's a waning gibbous 5, as well as the 1616, which is tower energy. Okay, and you got a double time, so something's shifting, baby. And I feel like with Taurus and the Gemini energy, I feel like it may be even something, I heard finances, so it may be something within your second house, which is the house of resources, your stability, anything surrounding that. It even could be with the Gemini energy talking about your mentality in regards to the way you see your security in your second house. Does that make sense? And that is too about you. It could just be about you yourself, like inner stability or wealth internally, right? You got to get that. You got to start there anyway first before you will see it outwardly. Whatever, y'all. I don't know. I ain't trying to get all into that, because we about to get that's part of the channel messages and the downloads that we're about to get to in just a minute with this Gemini energy. Anyway, and I didn't even tell y'all who Gemini affects, so I apologize. Gemini affects the shoulders, arms, hands, bronchial tubes, and lungs. Okay. And then in order to get to what will be the focus of next week's episode, which is the new moon in Virgo, it's actually Virgo/Libra. That's going to be a whole shebang right there. But the moon has to transit, like I said, from Gemini into Cancer on the 18th. High vibe time at 4 a.m. Cancer affects the stomach, mucosa, breast, ovary, and womb. And then it will transit from Cancer into Leo on the 20th. High vibe time at 16:38, and Leo affects the heart, aorta. I'm sorry, that is 4:38 p.m. and Leo affects the heart, aorta, blood pressure, and circulation. And then the moon will transit from Leo into Virgo on the 23rd. High vibe time at 3:54 a.m. and Virgo affects the pancreas, small intestine, and GI. And then it will transit and move into this new moon, or settle, I should say, more into the new moon energy while transiting from Virgo into Libra. High vibe time at 12:43, and that's a.m. actually. No, hold on, y'all. I done confused myself. That is p.m. Excuse me. So, no, that's a.m. I'm tripping. I got myself all confused. That is p.m. Because if it was a.m., it would be 00. So that's p.m. All right. Yes, that's p.m. Anyways, and That will be the focus. So see, it's a whole lot. I'm not even getting into it. I just was gonna say it may be a whole lot of confusion, but that's settling, that's balancing. Because and you may be going back and forth, wishy-washy with something, but whatever. That's for next week. So, in getting into the channel messages and the downloads and everything, as I previously mentioned, I do feel like that is going to be the focus as far as your mentality in regards to your finances, your resources, and really your internal value. Realizing that maybe your perspective was all mucked up before, you know what I mean? And that's what had to shed and crumble and be washed away or swept away with that tower energy, which is a beautiful thing. Do not be afraid of it. Change it. That's what love makes one do. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. And because you have the love of thyself, and because the divine has the love for you, the agape love for you, you may be forced against your will. We talked about that will last episode as well, to do what is in your best interest. And that's why subconsciously that's why I be diving so heavy into the overall, the bottom of the deck energies, because that's really what's going on subconsciously, whether you are aware of it or not. Your higher self is trying to make you aware of that so you can bring that to the forefront. But regardless, what you're feeling and dealing with subconsciously in your dream world and all that, that's really what's real. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you wake and really get thrown into this 3D realm, that's where a lot of the illusions lie. Okay? So that's why I really try to advocate for, especially if you're going through a dark night of the soul, and really always, but especially that when you're going through a major transition and change and all of that, to truly journal your dreams, the visions you have, the downloads you receive, all that stuff, because that is what your higher self is really trying to make you aware of. Like, baby, this is really what's real. Don't worry about the bullshit. I need you to bring your focus here. You understand me? So anyway, I feel like that's really what's going on, and that's the gist of it. And I don't want to, labor too long, because I know these can already be long enough. I'm sure we'll come back to some of these transits, or even I'm hearing stations. I can't even get the words. Y'all gotta excuse me, because I do believe at the time of filming, Mercury is now in retrograde, so it heavily affects me with all my Virgo energy. So whatever. Anyway, and speaking of, that's crazy that I'm even saying that, because Mercury also affects Gemini, right? And so there may be changes in the way that you communicate with said individuals, or how, your people that you are closely connected to, or you have dealings with. Yeah, you may be revisiting, for me to talk about Mercury in retrograde, you may be revisiting something or someone, a particular relationship, because I told y'all there was an energy even from last episode of a reconciliation, somebody coming back from your past. And because we are in retrograde season, you may be seeing that a lot. And it's not anything to be afraid of, or even to think negatively about. Like I just got through saying, the whole point is to really change your perspective. Maybe you need to see someone in a different light, because you may have it's something that may have been clouded, because I'm seeing somebody kind of in a shadow because of a dark cloud or whatever. But it may not even have been your issue or even theirs to I just heard develop. But it's like, I don't know. I speaking of that illusion, I just feel like something may have been misunderstood or miscommunicated in the past. And now it's like the truth is coming to light, because I did say that even in last episode. I feel like around the 7th, something that week, maybe even something is maybe revealed, or the true whatever that means in regards to this, or whoever this is, the situation, or whoever the person is really coming. You'll see it clearly, basically. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Yeah. And that may have been an obstacle that had you tripped up or blocked from even moving on to your prosperity and abundance, right? I can clear all obstacles in my way. Come on in. Come on, Archangel Michael, with that truth, that sword of truth and that clearance. Ganesh too, Metatron too, if that's who you resonate with. Anyway, I said we wasn't gonna labor long. Let's go on. Look at here, y'all. They ain't playing. They ain't playing. I'm trying to tell you, some of y'all are truly dealing with an Aquarius. You have Aquarius heavy in your chart, or the person you're dealing with has it heavily aspected within their chart. Somebody is definitely Aquarius moon, okay? Regardless if you are or not, the point that they're trying to get to you is for you to show up true and authentic. Don't be lying, Craig. You ain't gotta lie, boy. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. Like, why, though? There's no need for it. Because you truly are missing out on your blessings and abundance when you do that. Man, the divine wants you to show up and show out. Because it's the God in me. How can you truly deliver your God goddess energy to the world if you faking the funk trying to be somebody else? You can't do that. It's not going to work that way. So this is plain and simple. And I told y'all really somebody and I'm hearing sexual healing. So you may truly be dealing with a Scorpio, but I do feel like with that second chakra, that's what you need to work with. That's your creative center. And that may be what needs to be healed even outside of your mental space. A heavy emphasis on the mental body that's needing the healing, a change of perspective. You understand what I'm saying? So, but that still comes. You kind of got to start from the bottom now and here, right, Drake? So if your lower chakras are not cleared, balanced, stable, aligned, ain't no way you're gonna make it to the top. You still gonna be faulty or be on this false pretense or be in an illusion if you are unstable in the lower areas. It all works in tandem, okay? So start in the lower ones first and work your way up. If you have done the work already, which I do see many of you have with this Aquarian energy and this healing, this star energy. So now it's time to focus on the mental space if you have done the groundwork. Okay, 212 on the timer. Let's move on to the bottom. I love it when this card comes out because it gives me the whole like major arcana, like the world energy in a sense. It's like everybody wrapped into one. You know what I'm saying? It's super packed, powerful energy. You see, it says super moon, so that's all kind of emotional energy. As it says, be careful though. You know, I mean, I feel it's a beautiful thing, but you know, you always have polarities with everything in this world, right? So be joyous and happy and vibrant and ecstatic about your progress, your successes, all that stuff. Obviously celebrate yourself, right? Like nobody else will, because they won't. Not like you, right? Not like you should, I should say. Anyhow, what I'm getting to though is just be careful too, because on the flip side of that coin, you know, there's the joy, pump it up, in pain, keep it going, sunshine and rain. Not to say that either one is more or less than the other or better or worse than the other, because, you know, it goes back to your perspective. There's beauty in pain, baby. The growing pains help you to mature, right? There's beauty in the rain. The rain is the sustenance, is the water, is the nurturing aspect to help that seed grow. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when you rain, whether you are shedding tears to cleanse your soul, that is literally and metaphorically helping you to grow, to get through that pain, to heal that, so that you can mature and ascend, especially spiritually, but also physically, because so within, so without, as above, so below. All right. I just want you to understand, though, the reason I'm saying be careful with it is not to scare you or anything like that, because it's good. You should feel both. You're going to feel both. That's just the way that it works. You go through the highs and lows, the ebbs and flows. That's the whole karmic wheel in a sense. That's the whole figure eight, eternity. That's the way it goes. Just ride it, baby. Ride the waves. Feel that. honor those feelings in going through whatever you're going through, because no matter which end of the spectrum you're on, if you honor those feelings, those emotions, it makes you more appreciative of the flip side of it. Okay? Whichever way it falls, whichever way it lies. Because you're going to be up today and then down tomorrow. You know what I mean? Whatever. It don't matter. But it's the facts of life. It's the facts, man. So anyway, just don't be too hard on yourself if you find yourself in that ebb or in that low, you know what I mean? In that pain or in the rain, since we tend to categorize those or put those on the negative end of the spectrum. Not that they're bad. That doesn't mean anything. It is what it is. You understand? So whatever. All right, moving on. See what I'm saying? Wow. Somebody, okay, I'm getting a whole lot right now. Let me slow down. First of all, with this 10 of Summers, the 10 of Cups, this is beautiful, loving energy, nurturing energy. This is all of your wishes and dreams and aspirations coming into fruition. Everything you could have ever dreamt and hoped for. Now, I see this as whoever this is or whatever this is you're wanting to achieve, whether it's this stable family. I feel like you've done it already with, you know, the way that these are aspecting one another. I feel like you've done it already, or you are in the process of completing that, because the 10 is about completions, endings to begin anew, right? However, whatever time frame or timeline you're on, I feel like someone in the 7 of Spring is highly protective of this happiness, this joy, this peace, this abundance, this family even, right? And rightfully so, because you work hard for the money. You know what I'm saying? It's not the 10 of Pentacles, but still, it's that same vibe for that to come through. You worked hard to achieve this happiness, this joy, whatever this abundance is, this emotional fulfillment is in your life. You worked hard to achieve that. So yeah, protect what you've earned, what you've worked hard to do, to achieve, to accomplish, whatever. Like I said, celebrate yourself in your successes and your progress and all that jazz. And always remember to stay 10 toes down on whatever it is you believe, right? I don't care who trying to come up against you, because that's the thing. When you start having more and more, like as they say, new levels, new devils, as you ascend, you know, you start having more and more things try to come against you to deter you. But it's also at the same time a test. The divine sends these energies to test you. Like, okay, are you gonna stay down? Are you gonna stay dedicated, determined? Are you gonna truly reach your desires in this 10 of Summer? Or are you gonna fold and waver at the first no or at the first rejection? You understand? This is all, it's a marathon, baby. That's the thing. Come on, Nip. Thank you. The marathon continues always and forever, y'all. Whether in you or your seed. And whatever seed that is, it don't gotta be a literal like child. It's whatever you done birthed or created in this world. Your legacy. It's powerful though. If you truly believe wholeheartedly that this is what your purpose or what you meant to do or be or create, who is anybody else to tell you otherwise? And baby, you better not believe them. That's why I be telling y'all all the time, use your own free will and discernment. You were given it for you, to you, for a reason, just like the next one. All right. Moving on to the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. The 10 of Summer itself says, an emotionally fulfilling life with family or friends, raising children wisely, and people you can trust. And then the 7 of Spring says, be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. Okay? All right. It may be something, I do see that, because the way that this, like I said, the way that this 7 of Spring is set up, something may come up, I feel, in the near future for many that really is going to challenge what you are standing on and what you believe in. The way that she looks, she ready for it though. You know what I'm saying? So, and you are protected, and there's really nothing to worry about. I'm just telling you, when you get to that point in your life, you'll know, like, okay, I can breathe. Like, it's all right. I got it. And you truly may want to call upon your spirit squad even more just for that extra. And honestly, just thank them because it's already done. You understand? We just catching up to it, if you will. Anyway, let's move on. Yep. Told you it's already done. It's already done. She worked hard for the money. Of course, this is the little guy, I think. Either way, though, it's like, I see it. You've been building and building and building and building. I see someone stacking rocks or stones or some kind of pebbles, bricks, because I'm hearing brick by brick. You put in the work, baby. I feel like now, though, it's a time for, as it says at the forefront, have patience. It's like, just pause, just wait, like continue to water and nurture. Like I said, cleanse your soul, honey, of any and all that debris that is no longer needed, and especially mentally, right? Ground yourself in your own truth and just watch how they blossom. Watch how the seeds that you've planted unfold. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. The card itself says, have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. All right. There may be something that you are contemplating on whether you should invest your time, money, or resources into. I say it's a go, but only you can make that decision for yourself. And in order to do so, you're really going to need to rest. This is not a time of, I just heard a time of harvest. This is not a time to overdo it, y'all. You've already done the work. Like, it's really just sit back, relax, and I'm getting really Empress vibes. So this is earth energy. You may be dealing with a Taurus and or Virgo, strong, could even be a Cappy. Doesn't have to be either one of those, but that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm getting. Okay. All right, let's move on. I had to add, it definitely may be because as I cut the camera off, I was hearing the 7th house. So Libra rules 7th house. So it definitely may be a Taurus. And I told you I was getting Empress vibes. So it definitely may be a Taurus or even a Libra potentially with that Empress energy. And of course, like I said, Virgo as well, because I generally get, even though Empress is generally Libra Taurus energy, I get Virgo in that too, because I guess it's just the nurturing and healing aspect of it, right? The energy, the balancing that you need to just be, you know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. See what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. And when you just be what I said, that's what I said, time of harvest. This is the season. This is my seed for grace, for favor. This is my seed to reap what I have sown. Come through. Yeah, what he said. I've got a seed in the ground, and I'm knowing that it's growing. Come on, come on, come on, because it is. And look at that. That 37 is potentially a 10 or even a 1. You done did it. You at the end. And look how that crown of cornucopia is what they're calling it, is at her crown. That's that mental abundance, the ideas, the creations, the insight, the awareness, the epiphanies, the realizations, and just, oh my God, it's like, that's, if you believe it, you'll see it. If you can envision it and have that loving energy to go with it, that high vibing energy to go with it, baby, the world is your oyster, is what I'm hearing and seeing. Now, I told y'all, you got to take off that mask though. You can't be fake. You can't fake the funk and think you gonna get away with it. Spirit already knows your heart, boo-boo, kids. Like, no, it don't work. You have to be true and authentic to you and only you. Nobody else. If you were meant to be or to do like somebody else, you would have been them. Okay? I don't know who need to hear that. And there's a little birdie, a few little birdies. That may be your spirit animal totem. They trying to tell, God is trying to tell you something. God is trying to tell you something. Please pay attention to everything around you. That's what I'm saying. It's time to just be. so that you can switch up your mental and change your perception and recognize the signs and synchronicities all around you all the time, every day. Spirit is always trying to speak to us, lead and guide us if we pay attention. But again, you got to use your free will and discernment. Divine is not going to force anything on you. And you got to know, because it'd be sheeps and wolf. What is it? Wolves and sheep clothing. I'll be reversing stuff. Yeah, so don't be duped. I'm telling you, because I told y'all we had that Seven of Swords energy come out at the bottom of the tarot last week. And I'm telling y'all, somebody faking the funk and not who they say they are or doing what they claim to be doing. Not all of it anyway. So just watch it. Watch yourself if you are in that energy. But please come from behind that mask, okay? Wait, let's move on. Oh, with that fruition, I'm sorry, and the potential 10 energy from the 37. So obviously it can go plenty of ways. 3rd, 7th, and 10th houses. Somebody born in, what is that, March, July, and October. I was going to say the abundance may potentially be coming through during the fall anyway, because that's when the harvest moon generally is. At least that's the vibe I get. I think we'll find out when I get to the reading in a few. But that's what I'm hearing and feeling anyway, regardless of when this is, right? So, or it could come through any of those months I done already said for you, right? If you are working with the energy now, it may come around at any one of those times. You could even have been born on the 3rd, 7th, or even 10th of whatever month. And especially if it is March, July, or October, there's something in this message for you, okay? Especially. All right, let's move on. Now, I laugh like that because I just told y'all it's time to chill, right? This is all about action, movement, and I even heard change. And I know that may sound contradicting, but what I'm getting is that it's time to sit back, relax, and attract, and not necessarily have to do. And then I'm getting it's time to put your plan in motion, like to map your plan out. Because didn't we get in the tarot that you need to really map your plan out, write it out, do whatever you need to do? And I've been telling y'all anyway. And I think I know I told y'all last episode, somebody really need to put pen to paper and write your affirmations. That's what they're wanting you to do. It's time to sit back and really do that. Like, get into that vibe, that meditative vibe of saying your daily affirmations, mantras, and doing your meditations, and just connecting more with the divine is what I'm getting with this. Not that you got to be out pushing and doing and you know what I'm saying, trying to work. There's not. Now I'm hearing Rihanna. Work. It's not the time. I don't feel like it's the time for that. What I'm feeling at the time for too is that to reap your harvest. I'm telling you, this is the season. All right, wax and give it 6. Let's see when that is. So this month it'll be. Oh, okay. Look, I'm telling you, it's gonna be October the 1st, which will be in. Is that right? Yeah, no, hold on. That ain't it. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm lying. I'm sorry. Well, I didn't lie. I was just mistaken. It will be on the 9th of September but I'm getting back to that October 1st because there was something there for me to even mistakenly see that or think that, right? In the sign of Pisces. And that's crazy because I do believe that is when the moon transits. Yes. So yeah, that 9-9 is powerful, y'all, because that's when the moon transits from Aqua into Pisces at 0043, which is 12:43 a.m. And of course, Pisces affects the feet, toes, pineal. So major downloads, major epiphanies, like I just said, realizations of how things are have gone the way they've gone, why they will go the way they will, and so forth and so on. So you will come to understand that. Back to, well, hold on, they want me to check the 15th. Oh, so that is waning gibbous 5, right? I told y'all that's when the moon transits from Taurus into Gemini at 16:16. That's powerful right there. All right. So something about 9-9 9/15 as far as dates, okay? And then going to the October 1st, the moon it will actually be waxing crescent 6 in the sign of Sage, okay? All right, and Sage is the liver, hips, thighs, and sacrum. All right, maybe something about that though for me to, like I said, about slipping and say that. So yeah, let me know. And I told y'all fruition. Okay, that's probably what it is. Because that 37 in the fruition, potentially that 10 and or 1, and this here 10-1, I told y'all some of y'all may be receiving this harvest come October. That may be when your new beginning or transition, or maybe when you need to move, right? To get back into action after you sat. That is perfect, Spirit. Thank you. Because we are currently in Virgo season, right? And of course, towards the middle end of I was about to say November. See, it's something big going on in November because I kept trying to say November in last episode. But anyway, as we're approaching Libra season towards the middle end of September, and of course through the middle of October, that's perfect because I was getting, that's with that 7 of Pentacles, right? Bottom of the tarot, I was getting that Libra energy. There's a balancing for sure that's occurring. But after, what I'm getting to is after, you may need to spend this next month, the month of September, and really, or whenever you catch this, let me say it like that, to really just sit and be. I feel like it definitely is going to be a month. It's going to be a cycle of some sort that's coming back again. But you're going to need to take the time to rest, as they told you, and be patient and let God, let the divine work out what they will. And then because it's going, boom, I just feel like, I feel it, y'all. It's going to be with that tower energy, that 1616. You're going to need the rest because you're going to be moving fast once it's time for you to move. Okay. Whew. I don't know. That's just what I got. All right. Let's move on. Yes, and yes. Oh my God. Like I'm saying, boy, I told y'all we was getting that heavy scorpionic energy. Full moon energy in Scorpio. Powerful releasing, rebirth, regeneration, even. Out with the old, in with the new. And it may be a little tough, you know what I'm saying, to deal with. You're going to be feeling all kind of shits. Now, I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to be even shedding tears, letting it rain down, you know what I mean? Because it literally is like an ego death. And you're going to be, it's okay. Mourn the parts of you that it's time to let go of. And thank those parts of you for getting you here. You understand? But just remember, it's okay. It's okay. However many times you need to say that to yourself, it is okay. I'm here. I'm a survivor. Come on, Destiny's Child. But go on and breathe through that, man. For real. Work on your breath work. Like I already told y'all, do your meditations, your affirmations, your mantras. Do some yoga if you need to. Just allow that energy to dissipate and move up out of you and away from you, so that the new can come in. And as it says, I've been telling y'all already, in that first quarter moon in Cappy, come from behind that mask. It's time to show the world the real you, like they told you from the get-go. That's the overall energy in that Aquarius show, you know what I'm saying, full moon in Aquarius. So please do that. Unleash your kindest self, your real self, not who you done portrayed, not the armor-filled, not the cold-hearted person you done developed yourself into because of all the hurt and pain you done been through. No. Get back to that pure, unconditional, loving, that authentic self of you, your kindest self. Please and thank you. Goes without saying, either one of you can be dealing with the Scorpio and or Capricorn, or y'all have this aspected heavily in your chart. Moon especially, potentially, if you have moon in Scorpio, and even Cancer. That's for somebody. Capricorn is what I was meaning to say. But yeah, somebody Cancer moon for real. All right. I feel like somebody's maybe wanting to go or needing to go on a retreat, go hiking, go camping, get lost within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just to reacquaint with yourself, the real you anyway. Once you've released all of this other baggage, get by water, Some of you may even want to go to the mountains, to the West Coast if you are in the continental United States, to Grand Canyons is what I'm feeling. Some of you, I just heard the Mojave Desert. Okay. I don't know. Some of you may be going to check out relics, or even temples, or even, what is this, monuments. Like, I don't know, some that may be very big. There's an energy, a vortex there that is very healing for you. Okay, whatever you resonate with, baby, do that. All right, moving on to the bottom. Look, be humble. Sit down. Come on, Kendrick, be humble. Sit down. That's what's coming through. I feel like, this speaks for itself. And if you are, okay, I guess what I need to get through, once again, especially coming off talking about that ego death, be very careful, because in the Leo energy, one end of the spectrum can be egotistical. The other one is the star of the show, you know what I'm saying? Being in the limelight, being victorious and well known, and achieving, having all these accolades and all this notoriety and success and all that. Just try not to let that get to your head, baby. Don't let it blow your head up. No, I told y'all last episode, don't let ego get you fucked up. Like, for real. I hate to see that. But if you really are humble, not that you got to be modest necessarily, because sometimes you got to throw modesty out the window to get where to get what you want or get where you're going. But it's just a balance. That's really what it is. Please do not allow ego to have you on a trip, okay? That ain't what you want. But I do see that with this healing, if you allow, because that is some of the sun energy, that Leo energy, you will really be receiving these downloads and these visions and messages of inspiration and guidance on how you need to move and groove going forward, okay? Order my steps in your word, dear Lord. Lead me, guide me every day. Send your anointing, Father, I pray. Order my steps in your word. Please order my steps in your word. All right now. But you are going to have to really be still and be quiet and just be in that energy, right? Of resting in order to receive. Something about it, y'all. Okay, moving on. Ooh, that was 5:55 on the timer when I looked up. Major changes. Here we go. This is perfect. What a way to kind of wrap the cards up, right? This is that energy. This is where we at. And look at it. It says cross-pollinate. This is mixing and mingling to get the fruits of your labor, y'all. This is how it's done. So it may be, like I said, coming off last episode, you may be having an epiphany or realization or change of perception in the way that you have dealt with said person or persons, if it's more than one, in order to co-create and work together to build this empire. Or 44 was on the timer when I said that. It's definitely talking about, because I'm getting, even though Gemini obviously is air energy, with this 3, I'm getting, and I saw the 3 of Pentacles. All right, so it could be an earth sign that you're working with or wanting to work with, but just more importantly, I feel that it's just about building this legacy, like I said, and working together to bring this empire into existence, if it's not already, and or to sustain it, and or to carry it on, to carry on your legacy, right? Some of you may truly be gardening in, this is strong confirmation if you are, or maybe you're thinking about starting it. Please do. Make sure you have your pollinators out there. Attract the beautiful bees, butterfly, all that, Don't work too hard, It's something about working smarter, not harder, okay? And I feel like that's it's going back to all that, like, sit down, be patient, plan it out, map it out, and then put it out to, like, that's why I said put pen to paper. Because once you do that, once you say your prayers, get that energy out of you and into the ethers, it's done already. You just then got to be patient and watch, and when it's time to move, as we saw with that action at the bottom of the finisher, you'll know. You understand? You'll be guided. So, but with this 3 energy, it will require alignment, and there will be growth for sure. I love this. All right, we're going to get into it in a minute. Moving to the bottom. And look at this. What I told y'all with that 7 of Pentacles. I told y'all what I was feeling. 7th house energy. This is Libran energy, y'all. Very much so may have something to do, as it says, with a relationship or multiple. All right. It's definitely going to be strong and secure. Some of y'all, this is truly, I'm feeling soulmate bond, soulmate type energy. They're bringing me back to, I believe it was Virgo, 6th house. Sustainability is what we got last. It wasn't the bottom of the deck for this deck, but it was what we just pulled, like the Gemini, where we just saw Gemini. That's what it was, okay? But either way, the I don't know what that is in the back. I'm just going to say a mandala or whatever. That's behind the hands, the holding of the hands. That's bringing me back to that. And the number that I got, if I remember correctly, was like 315, 18. And I said 20, but I ain't really mean 20. But even now, I'm getting like 15 is what I'm getting. That's the number I'm getting, yeah. Or even 3, going back to that cross-pollinate, that Gemini energy. Either way, this relationship, this bond, because I'm definitely getting soulmate energy, it will be balanced, grounded. You likely have gone or even will be going through some changes with that 5 energy. Like I said, when I saw 555 on the timer, major transformation. But it's in order to stabilize both of you, okay? And especially you, because this is, that's what you're here for, right? But I'm telling you, once you do it within yourself, you will see it reflect outwardly in your relationships anyway. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get on into these readings, shall we? All right, beginning with the headers. No, and I love this. This is what a way to begin. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius, pages 88 and 89. Look at that. Like I said, what a way to begin. When we're talking about that karma with this anyway. Anyways, this card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. I'm telling y'all, if you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. When you tune into the moon, and I like to look at these as affirmations, you can use it as you will, but here we go. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Additional meanings. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. The teaching. Every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected, and I'm telling y'all will likely be going through some major changes, but it's all for the good. Remember that. Moving on to the bottom. Look at here. Emotions are running high. Supermoon, pages 110 and 111. It's all for the new, for a new beginning, a fresh new start, a rejuvenation, a healing, something. And it's well worth it. This card suggests the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or a relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. That's what I'm saying, and that's where that take action at the bottom of the finisher is coming into play. These go hand in hand. Like I said, when it's time to move, you will be guided, and you need to have had rest and be at peace so you can truly tap into what is for you and use your own free will and discernment in order to recognize that and to do so, to move forward. Okay. All right, when you're tuned into the moon, it says, success is close. I just must trust. Success is close. I just must trust. Additional meanings. A resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Don't ignore the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. That's what I was telling y'all about, being balanced in either polarity of the energy. Speak to the goddess. Ask her for assistance. The teaching. A supermoon is a new or full moon that takes place when the moon is at its closest point to the earth during its monthly orbit, an event known as perigee. If it's a full moon, the moon appears around 14% bigger at this time, something about the number 14. The moon is known as the queen of emotions, and if you draw the supermoon card, regardless of when you do this, you can expect your feelings to be more highly charged, okay? Just be careful in that, like they said, and like I said. Moving on. All right, now for the finishers, beginning with 37, Harvest Moon and Fruition, pages 90 and 91. As the seasons turn, there is always a time when the potential of the spring beginnings is manifest. The crops grow tall and are ready to harvest, and they have done this from a fallow field into which we have planted seeds. The trees have flowered, and now there is fruit to pick. It is time for the harvest. So it looks like spring. Okay? Like I said, March, right? All right. And the affirmation. I welcome the joyous fruition of all the intentions I set. I welcome the joyous fruition of all the intentions I set. When we are able to bring something to fruition, whether it be a planting, a project, or a change in ourselves, it is the perfect time to celebrate all that we are grateful for and to mark our achievement. We may have worked very hard to bring this new situation into reality. We may have been patient in the way we have worked over time and sacrificed much to make it happen. The harvest moon is the time to be happy about our successes and to share it with others. Our ancestors would dance and sing and have community festivals of thanks, all to celebrate the fruition of all that hard work and to thank the gods for their assistance. These times of high energy are also times to really focus on your body, as they can be quite taxing on our systems. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta rest, y'all. Take care of it, put good things in it. Feed your soul, nourish your soul. It says, if we don't take care, it is often the time we can get ill. This moon normally falls on the moon closest to the... okay, no, so it is. Okay, that's what I thought. It is in the fall. It could be spring or fall, to be honest, like I already said. But anyway, it says this moon normally falls on the moon closest to the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere. And the companion stone or metal is garnet, which we will get into the stones in just a moment. Moving on to 15, Wax and Gibbous 6 in action, page 46. The time has come to take action. Let go of your paralysis. Let go of your burdens, step by step. The affirmation. I am responsive and ready to take action. I kind of paused. I am responsive and ready to take action. But I kind of paused just a minute ago because they were bringing me back to that when it said let go of your burdens, step by step. It was bringing me back to that 7 of Wands, 7 of, what do they call it? Spring, I think. Whatever they called it in the tarot. But anyway, yeah, that's what it's bringing me back to. So stand up for what you believe in, but if it's burdensome, you don't gotta be like so defensive or like even explain what you're doing to nobody. Just do you. You know what I mean? So anyway, sometimes the burden, that's what I said. Sometimes the burden of explanation is what I was trying to say. That's enough to even deter you or knock you off course a little bit. So it's just like, nah, let that go. So anyway, sometimes we are afraid to move forward. This is natural. Change can be difficult, and if we have been hurt or have failed before, we are anxious about what may happen if we instigate change. Either way, maybe we think it's easier and safer to just tread some water for a while. Instead of taking joyful action towards the things we truly desire, such as the writing of a book, undertaking study, accepting a new job, or seeking a better relationship, we balk, we freeze, we do not take the steps we could, and so we remain stagnant. We don't grow. This moon phase encourages us to embrace action. Action is part of our humanity. We are not made to hide and refuse to blossom. And the companion stone or metal is rhodonite. Okay? Alright, let's move on. Alright, moving on into the Manifestation Oracle, beginning with full moon in Scorpio. I think we're going to kind of go backwards this time. It's the way they come in the book. But breathe through the tension. Pages 94 and 95. There's a strong sexual energy around you now. The good news is that sexual energy is very creative. In parentheses I have, after all, it leads to an act that creates humans, in parentheses. And it's going back to, like I told y'all, that sexual healing that I was hearing and getting from, what was the Aquarius, the show, The World of Real You, that energy. So anyways, a tense situation could be about to boil over, so go carefully. Time spent outdoors will help you to calm your emotions as well as increasing your general well-being. You need to find a balance between your emotions and your sensual side. Don't deny this part of yourself. Use the energy to create what you want. Manifesting balance. Balance your ability to caress with your need to be caressed. Manifesting mindset. When we're emotionally overheated, we end up focusing on what we don't want rather than on what we do want. Bear this in mind now. Breathe. That's going back to that supermoon energy, y'all. That's why I said be careful. Whatever end of the spectrum you're on, be careful. A manifesting ritual for seduction. It says add myrrh essential oil to your diffuser. Rest in a comfortable position and close your eyes. Call in Kali, the goddess of Shakti, divine feminine energy, and of facing down your fears. Make sure you're fully in touch with your sensual side. Unspent sexual energy creates blockages, so use your imagination. Alright, Savannah Christina. Use your imagination as you step into this gold mine. Yeah. So, your manifestation affirmation. Sexual energy fires me up in a good way and helps me express my creativity too. Sexual energy fires me up in a good way and helps me express my creativity too. So, when to manifest your magic. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Scorpio on a Tuesday or Mars's day, or during Mars's hour. And I'm not going to read through that for Mars's hour. There's a link below if you're interested in figuring that out. The full moon in Scorpio takes place when the sun is in Taurus and the moon is in Scorpio. Alright? Moving on to first quarter moon in Cappy, Unleash Your Kindest Self, pages 72 and 73. Are you being too hard on yourself or someone else? Do you think you need to be strict with yourself or other people to get to where you want to go? Your challenge now is to be disciplined in terms of doing what needs to be done to get what you want without sucking all the joy out of it. What did I tell y'all earlier? Be joyous, be happy, be carefree, and it'll all come anyway, right? But anyways, it says, feeling good about life is one of the most powerful tools you have when it comes to manifesting, yes. And so be kind and be your most charming self. The manifesting mix, it says, it's good to be realistic, but you don't want to have the stench of reality so far up your nose that you can no longer smell life's perfumes. Oh, wow. Manifesting mindset. Butting heads with others just wears you out in the end. So get into the right mindset for manifesting by deciding you're no longer going to take the bait or provoke a situation. Okay? And tune into your manifesting powers, it says. The solar plexus chakra, Manipura, is your center of courage and confidence. This energy can restore vitality and help you to feel brighter and more secure. That's also that Leo energy, yes. It says, visualize yourself in a column of shimmering yellow sunlight. And it's getting ready to tell y'all to do something with the card, but I needed to say anyway, you do not have to have this deck or these cards or anything to do this. You could just envision the card and the energy they're in at whatever area they're telling you. And for example, right now they're telling you the solar plexus chakra. So just envision it there and so mote it be. All right. So it says, hold the card to your solar plexus and call in the energies by repeating this version of Louise Hay's famous affirmation, which reads, energies of the first quarter moon in Capricorn. Thank you for reminding me that I am a loving child of the universe. Energies of the first quarter moon in Capricorn. Thank you for reminding me that I am a loving child of the universe. And that's powerful, y'all, because the fact of the matter is, like I was just telling y'all as we're about to get into the bottom of the deck, the Leo energy, about the ego, right? Well, Capricorn is also representative of that. In some decks, especially, I believe the fairy, the tarot deck that I'm using, as well as its counterpart, which is the angel tarot, I know, the Capricorn energy, the 15, which typically is the devil energy, is called ego, right? That's powerful. Anyway, so it says when to manifest your magic. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Capricorn on a Saturday or Saturn's day, or during Saturn's hour. Again, check the link if you want to know Saturn's hour. The first quarter moon in Capricorn takes place when the sun is in Libra and the moon is in Capricorn. It knows that the true success comes from the heart. Oh my God. And that's where y'all got to get to, man. Your true, authentic self, your kindest self in your heart way. That's what they're telling you. And that's what's coming. I feel like because, you know, it's the sun, this first quarter moon in Cappy is when the sun is in Libra and the moon is in Capricorn. And I told y'all, we going through Virgo season right now, approaching Libra season. So this is when you likely will be, like it says, or when you may want to really unleash this, you know, work with whatever you need to work with to clear and heal whatever you need to so that you can be free and authentic. All right, moving on to the bottom of the deck. First quarter moon in Leo. Be humble. Pages 62 and 63. And I told y'all that's a decade. That's like a cycle right there. 10, right? Going from the last page number to this one. I told you it's something about a cycle. Tension is in the air. You know that you can achieve your goals, which is half the battle. But this card suggests you need to be less show and more substance as you move slowly toward your goals. Don't try to impress anyone with money. Highlighting last week's episode. Don't fake the funk. Avoid allowing your ego to overwhelm you. Don't opt for something merely because you think it'll impress others. Practice grounding. In a financial situation, slow your spending. In love, if you're being stubborn or possessive, now's the time to stop. Manifesting mix, it says, this card holds a lot of power. You just need to challenge the heated energies in a wise way. Manifesting mindset. Identify and clear any blocks. Step up to receive all the goodies that life has to offer you. You have to want it. And then it says, tune into your manifesting powers. Your sacral chakra, which is Svasthana, is located a little below your navel and is bright orange in color. This is the center of your sexual energy, and it helps you to connect with the people around you and to express your creativity. Hold this card to your lower belly and visualize yourself in a column of orange light from the highest source. Allow yourself to bathe in it. Call in the energies with these words. Energies of the first quarter moon in Leo. Thank you for reminding me to shine while staying humble. Yes, yes, and yes. Energies of the first quarter moon in Leo. Thank you for reminding me to shine while staying humble. I'm hearing shine, shine, shine on all of them. Mayumi, how I go? It's Shine by Toby. I don't know how to say his last name. And Michael, God, I just lost his name. They look group. I love it. Anyway, I'll put it down below in case you want to look it up. But yeah, so when to manifest your magic, it says the best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Leo on a Sunday, which is the sun's day, or during the sun's hour. And again, check the link if you want to. The first quarter moon in Leo takes place when the sun is in Taurus and the moon is in Leo. It knows that being strong doesn't mean being stubborn. All right, moving on. 900 on the timer when I looked up. All right, you guys. So moving on to the Starcodes Astro Oracle 3 Gemini cross-pollinate, pages 22 and 23. With its symbol of a pair of twins conversing, Gemini asks us to weave a web of connections and build networks with humor in all forms of communication. This mutable air sign is ruled by Mercury and is connected to the lungs, shoulders, hands, and nerves. Gemini's purpose is to disperse ideas like milk thistle on the spring winds, Cross-pollinate ideas like bees buzzing over the flowers. The sun shines here May 21st through June 21st. Action. It says, words are at the heart of the issue you are facing, and not just any words, but real dialogue. If you feel tension in the situation, what they told you with that Scorpio, breathe through it, right? But it says, if you feel tension in the situation, see what is blocking the lines of communication and open that aperture. Listen to the grapevine and cross-pollinate. Gather and share information. Bits of truth may float in on gossip. Explore social media, sound bites, and any other way to get the word out. Talk to the people as if they are your siblings, true equals. If something is bothering you, find a place to unpack it. Get it on the table and take a good look. Then talk it over in depth with a friend or therapist. And in parentheses, they said, or write it in your journal, like I'll be telling y'all, in parentheses. And then it says, trust the process of self-expression to help get to the root of the problem. However, assume anything you say will be repeated. Gemini scatters seeds, is not concerned with privacy or individuality, and is not necessarily loyal. Y'all better be careful with that. Do not get caught up in that gossipy, egocentric energy, okay? Alright, the challenge, it says, the situation may be more complex than you think, so be willing to dig in. Gemini energy can be shallow or oversimplified, as it encourages breadth rather than depth. So you have to add the depth, consciously, not unconsciously. It says you have to add the depth consciously. And then the gift. Gemini's gift is an open mind and a sense of universal siblinghood. We are all in this together. The soul knows how to find itself back in equilibrium if we just let all parts communicate. Help the unexpressed feelings, persons, and elements within the community be heard. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, moving on to number 45, 7th house in relationship, pages 106 and 107. If your chart were a village map, the 7th house is anywhere two equals relate with intensity and intimacy. Somewhere you'd have dinner on the balcony and watch the sunset. It is concerned with how other equals come into your life and how you interact with them, and includes marriage and open warfare, business partnerships, legal issues, key consultants, and advisors. Action. It says, nurture your relationships rather than test them. Consider each partnership to be a tree you plant. That seed may have been planted in the 5th house with an idea or a twinkle in the eye. Now you have a sapling with potential. Don't construct a tree house on that sapling. It can't yet bear the weight. Instead of crushing it with expectations, nurture and protect it. In any relationship, there are three involved: you, your partner, and that tree, the relationship itself. All have needs that must be honored equally. Make compromise for the sake of the relationship, not necessarily for the other person. Nurture that sapling. Keep it safe from predators and nourish its roots until it becomes a tree strong enough to lean on. Clarify your expectations with curiosity and flexibility. If you are offered a business partnership, read the fine print, unpack your baggage, the cultural assumptions and family patterns that inform your concept of partnership. Move past who is right and who is wrong, and develop a fresh understanding. Partnership for work or love may look easier if you come from the same background, but the more diversity you bring to the table, the more resilient the relationship can be. Agree to contribute equally and celebrate your differences. So the challenge. When you are working in tandem in love or in business, it can be tempting to either give your power away to your partner or take over theirs. An unbalanced relationship can become untenable, okay? And then the gift. Fertilize the ground of your partnership. Feed your partner with romantic comments and fair and honorable arrangements. When you are fascinated by the spirit of another, they can become fascinated with you. I love that. All right, moving on. 454. All right, you guys. So welcome to the crystal energy healing portion. And I guess we'll just begin with the way that they come in the book. First is garnet, pages 36 and 37. And it reads, found as dodecahedral and trapezoidal crystals in combinations, masses, and layered, quote, plates, end quote. Colors include red, pink udilite, pink or red rhodolite, green grossularite, emerald green uvarovite, black melanite, orange spessartine, red or purple almandine, greenish yellow androdite, and yellow and brown hessonite. For details, refer to the specific crystals. And all those, every light, right, whatever I just said, ein is bolded. So, but I'm not going to go through all of those. If you are interested, you can hit me up and I will send you that information. I will potentially have them scroll through the screen so that you can see that information as well. And then you can, screenshot, do what you need to do. I don't know if you want it. Okay. So, astrologically associated with Leo, Virgo, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Perfect. It's great for the heart chakra. Healing qualities include it brings courage, creative energy, vitality, abundance, flow, change, and awareness. Perfect. Physically, it helps anemia, arthritis, blood cleansing, detox, blood flow, low blood pressure, rheumatism, underactive thyroid, and deficiencies of iodine, calcium, magnesium, and vitamins A, D, and E. It enhances the health of the bones, spine, heart, and lungs. It balances sex drive. Perfect. They just told you about that sexual healing a couple times with the scorpionic energy as well as that Leo energy in the sacral chakra, yeah? So, emotionally or spiritually, it brings emotional balance. And y'all may need that with that supermoon energy, yes? It helps depression, chaos, disruption, and emotional trauma. It's good for magic and spiritual devotion, all right? And it's funny, Almandine comes right after this. But like I said, I'll scroll all of the rest of those through the screen at some point in time that you can refer to. Moving on to rhodonite, page 60. Pink or red tabular crystals and masses, also found in green, yellow, and black, usually with veined inclusions of manganese that produce black lines. Astrologically associated with Taurus, great for the heart chakra. Healing qualities include good for mental balance, attention to detail, memory, and making music, especially together with rhodochrosite. Physically, it's good for the heart and bones. It helps schizophrenia, myalgic encephalomyelitis, otherwise known as ME, emphysema, arthritis, light sensitivity, and throat infections. Emotionally or spiritually, it's calming and good for yin and yang balance, unconditional spiritual love, self-esteem, and sensitivity. It grounds the feeling of love in the physical world. It helps anxiety, mental unrest, confusion, 21st century stress, and inconsistency. That 21st century stress always cracks me up because it's like, why it just gotta be 21st century stress? It's stress all the time. Anyway, moving on. It's 3:33 on the timer. So, and finishing up with the cards for this portion, we have here 25, Ascended Master Yogananda and Rhodonite. And I always, in Empower Service, of course. And look, that's crazy because we just saw 333 and finishing up the readings from the text. So that's powerful. You may start seeing that for real. And that's generally confirmation for me and angelic guidance that you are on the right track and that there is and will be continual growth and alignment and ascension. And with the 25 potentially being a 7, this is part of a manifestation or even a completion or energy of regeneration. It's bringing me back to that 7th house energy and that Libran energy as well. But even with the 2 and the 5, the 2 is talking about the choice that needs to be made or that you will have to make. And it also talks about that soulmate energy, the energy of the divine feminine and masculine, or just two counterparts working together. And that there may be changes in this relationship dynamic for sure. But it's for both of you, one and both of you, to come into your empowered service, as it says right here. And basically working from, because with this pink, this loving energy, it always gives me that caring, compassion, and heart chakra type of energy, and that agape love, and understanding that that's what is needed in order to continue to do what you need to do to serve your mission or purpose. So the numbers I already said, 2, 3, 5, 7. And then let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 2, 10 times 2 is 20. So again, coming back to the 2. Yeah. But 10, 1, of course, and then like I said, 2 already. So those numbers are really standing out. So let's get on into this reading because it can be kind of long. pages 121. That's powerful right there because that's mirror energy through 124. 25. Ascended Master Yogananda and Rhodonite. Empowered Service. We bring you the blessing of empowered service. It is your time to assume your place in the world at the table of the masters who serve the loving hand of the divine. You have been asking for your purpose to be more clearly unveiled and manifested in the world. You have endured lessons of patience. You have learned that spiritual progress can be made even without results being immediately obvious. You have learned trust and a willingness to surrender your personal desires into a larger plan. We know that of which you are capable, and we now invite you to step into the next level of empowered service available to your soul in service to the greater plan of divine love unfolding. There are moments on the spiritual path that are something like a divine graduation. You may not realize you have been making much progress in the lead up to those moments. In fact, it is often the times when your mind tells you nothing much is happening that at another level you are making the greatest strides. Some of the most difficult and most spiritually empowering lessons you will master on the earth plane are those of endurance and continued effort in the absence of immediately perceivable result. It may not seem very glamorous or radiant, but being able to labor for the light when you are in darkness is one of the most advanced lessons your soul can master. It defines you as a light that can be relied upon to shine where it is most needed, which is, of course, in darkness, with total faith and unconditional trust. This is the hallmark of a truly powerful soul with great compassion. You are willing to feel the light and yet not leave the darkness behind, but rather to stay and shine your light for as long as those you are meant to serve are in need. In the same way that once you have mastered your lessons in one class at school, you progress on to the next level of classes. In this earth school for the soul, once you have mastered a certain level of ability, you are given more spiritual opportunity and responsibility. This as well as a new level of mastery to obtain, if you wish to continue to progress with your spiritual journey. As this happens, you are also gifted with the experience of being empowered to serve in new ways or at a new level of potency, wisdom, and effectiveness. What this looks like for each individual will vary. However, you can expect that your work will increase in quality and quantity, that your method of reaching people will either become very clear to you or evolve into a new expression which will better match your increased power. Otherwise, it may be like trying to shine the light of an entire electricity substation through a single globe, a waste of divine electricity and a possible recipe for destructive disaster too. Your dreams and opportunities shall grow to match the growth of your spirit. When the Oracle of Empowered Service comes to you, there are particular messages to hear from higher guidance at this time. That's what I'm saying at 333. Trust in your abilities. You do not have to compare or compete with any other. The people, places, and situations you are here to help this lifetime have been selected at a higher level long before you incarnated. By following your heart, taking soul-satisfying steps on your journey, and believing in yourself enough to take risks to allow for your growth to happen, you will fulfill your destiny. This oracle asks you to be open to the changes you feel are happening now, or soon will be, including the opening up of new opportunities, changes that need to happen within your work or your life to better honor who you are and what you are attempting to do through your life purpose. You are stepping up to a new level. Although you may experience that as an internal stepping up where you feel you are still doing your same work, but simply in a more potent and far-reaching way, it could also indicate external world changes you will need to make. It may be that you need to speak up, take charge, let go, move on, or all of these things and more, to really allow the full power you have obtained through your spiritual work up until this point to be expressed lovingly in the world. It is in alignment with the divine plan that you do this. It will come together easily once you do what you need to do and trust. Finally, if you have been dreaming of something, wondering if a vocation or life path you fantasize about could translate into a real vocation, this oracle brings you confirmation that you will be given the opportunities to do so, empowered to manifest your passionate purpose, according to the loving plan of divine will unfolding. If you have been wondering if a situation at hand which is challenging you is something you really can handle, then this oracle comes as a confirmation. You will be empowered to obtain what you seek. And moving into the healing process, it says, to integrate this guidance, you may like to say this invocation now. I call upon the crystal angel of Rhodonite and Ascended Master Yogananda, who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing blessing of empowered service. I feel so much gratitude in my heart for the opportunity to manifest my inner light in the outer world, in service to the great plan of love. Thank you for all opportunities, responsibilities, and empowerments that enable me to work as part of the spiritual hierarchy, honoring life on earth. Thank you for helping me step into my life purpose with confidence to act on the opportunities headed my way now. Through divine grace and my own free will, so be it. If you wish to further integrate this guidance, hold the oracle card with the mandala image facing inwards at the heart chakra, which is at the center of your chest. Relax and breathe in and out several times, then say aloud, I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being to release any self-doubt, judgment, impatience, competitiveness, and fear relating to my ability to serve love and in an empowered way. I accept the full empowerment for my service to love this lifetime. I accept the uniqueness of my service, that my divine purpose will unfold perfectly for me to use all my divine talents and gifts for the greatest good. Through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. Hold the oracle card flat between your palms so you can place your hands in prayer position with the oracle card between them. Bow your head and say, May the divine grant destiny with compassion. May those that can be empowered to serve, according to divine mercy and in service to the great divine plan of love unfolding, so be it. And then finally, you can finish your healing process with this affirmation said aloud 3 times. I accept the full empowerment of my service to divine love this lifetime. I am divinely empowered to serve in my own uniquely beautiful way. I accept the full empowerment of my service to divine love this lifetime. I am divinely empowered to serve in my own uniquely beautiful way. And one more time for the divine. I accept the full empowerment of my service to divine love this lifetime. I am divinely empowered to serve in my own uniquely beautiful way. All right, y'all, moving on. All right, and finally we have from the combo deck Rhodonite. Beautiful. And it says, do you seek the divine in all your daily interactions? Are you in the process of healing after a loss? Allow your loved one to travel this sacred journey. Know that in many ways they are always with you. Recognize the divine feminine within you. Be assured that the truth is revealed in the end. Always, I told y'all that truth gonna come to light. A new perspective, a new way of viewing things and seeing things, or really seeing why it happened the way it happened. And then you may want to utilize Mary Magdalene in these affirmations if you so choose. I integrate spirituality into my everyday life. I have a connection with the divine. I allow my body, mind, and spirit the time and space to heal following loss. I bless those who have completed their time here and are now on a new journey. Ashe, 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 y'all. All right, y'all. All right. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, especially if you made it this far. This is what I have, and this is where I'm going to leave it. I pray that it resonates with you. If it does, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment your testimony down below. You never know how this may help someone grow, but especially in including yourself, and I pray that's what you're here for. Whether or not someone comes to mind, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for doing so. I truly appreciate it, and you have no idea how much it helps. If you want to join me for another episode, you can check the link in the description box below. I pray to see you there. If not, please take care, and I love you anyway. Please, 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 don't forget your love and light. It truly makes everything all right, and it is definitely needed. I just got through telling you all that. So I pray you get the healing that you need and receive any of the inside awareness and wisdom that is being provided here. Until the next one, y'all, be easy. Deuces.